don't stop. We all had to wake up and get to work today, so we got other things cooking in the mix. But I am pretty excited though. Some of my stuff for V Friends came together. So I got Notorious Ninja Comic 7 that just came out, mint condition, unopened, so we don't know whether it's a rare or common, but it has Gary V's autograph on it from Comic Con because I bought that off a friend who went to New York Comic Con. And then I got the Notorious Ninja Red Blood edition of the comic too. The Red Blood edition you could only get at Comic Con. So if you didn't buy it at the Comic Con, you have to get off a secondary market. And it is CGC graded 9.6. So I got that up for a bundle right now. And it hasn't even been up for a few hours yet. And a couple of people are looking at it. And one person put it on watch list. So I'm going to give them an offer for $200 cheaper than what I posted it for. And hopefully I get that payoff because it's still going to be all profit from what I paid with everything.
Man, I don't understand nothing about what you're talking about, but you sound hyped, so I'm hyped. Let's get it. Let's get it, man. So, shit, yo, I hope you win. Win. I guess that's the right word to use. Is that the right word to use? Or profit is a better word to use, huh?
Yeah, profit. Because you when you're doing it, you gotta like research what the value is, how much it can be worth long term, how much you're paying for that. Then you gotta look at the expenses of how much it costs in your order for like shipping and tax. Then when you do the sale, if you're doing it on eBay, you're paying for the shipping, the sales tax, and then for eBay to promote it, you're paying them a cut for promoting it too. So you got to calculate like all of that before you do a sale to make sure you're actually making money.
Man, shout out to the businessman Tech, bro. If you don't know, this man really, really a business mind, bro. I already seen how he moved with his Spotify, with his music, with Inspire. So hearing this, trading a card aspect is no surprise to me. You know what I mean? I already know you're gonna keep cooking, bro. So yeah, dog, keep doing your thing and definitely keep sharing your knowledge because at the end of the day, knowing how to make money is definitely valuable. Also, I've been reading a book. I don't know if y'all heard about this book. It's called The Creature of Jekyll Island.
I
Highly,
love that book, bro.
bro, bro. Highly recommended read to the fam. Is essentially, letting folks know, how the money system really works and why it was created and what was the motivations behind those that created, etc.,
What's the
etc.
book called?
It's called The Creature of Jekyll Island. I
The
got on.
creature from Jekyll Island.
Oh, from Jekyll.
Also, allegedly, since this is a recorded space, I've
Right,
heard you
right.
can find audio versions on YouTube to listen to. Allegedly, of course.
Allegedly. I actually got it on Audible, bro. I was Somebody got rugged. Am I rugged?
Yeah,
Nah,
you
I
did
hear you.
work out for a sec.
Wait, it's called The Creature of what Island?
The creature from Jekyll
Am I
Island.
back? Am I rugged? Let me know.
Nah, I hear you. But you said Jeffwood Island?
Test. Am
Jekyll,
I rugged?
like
Nah,
Dr.
I heard
Jekyll,
can we
Mr.
hear you?
Hyde.
But you said Jekyll? You said G with the G? I heard can we
With
hear you,
a
gang?
J.
But oh, with the J, I bet.
Yeah. Yeah, while we're waiting for him to connect, yeah, they
So
talk
it's so it's,
about
it's G E. Oh, J E.
Jekyll.
So Jey what?
Jekyll.
Bet. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, bro, it's really cool. They talk about the three things that make money valuable in society to make money work. And they basically talk about how money has to be hard to attain. It has to be something that people are willing to work for, and it has to be something that isn't man-made. Those are the three rules it's supposed to work under. That's why if you look at other countries and stuff in the past too, silver at one point was a currency used. Gold was a standard we used for a very long time, and fiat actually breaks that rule because it only follows two of the
Yup.
three. It doesn't follow all three. But the reason fiat was used is kind of a scam because one of the problems that gold have is it's expensive based on space and time. So if you want to buy weapons for war, for example, because that's exactly how this actually happened, the amount it would cost to ship gold and stuff because of the weight and stuff was just too expensive. So by creating fiat, it was like basically an IOU when it was attached to gold to be able to do that to get their weapons for war, to fight for resources that they wanted. But then after a while, they figured out, well, why don't we just take it off of gold and just make fiat its own thing, which is an IOU, because you believe in what our country has. This way, we can get more stuff that we want because we're giving people, in this case, the US dollar. And when we owe them money, we can find ways to leverage it to where we're not actually paying them back.
Gems, gems.
Yes, bro. It gets very, very serious. The reason I brought up this book and like the reason I've been like, kind of on this rabbit hole for lack of a better word, is we are literally seeing a new world form right before our eyes. You know what I'm saying? Especially with all of this crypto stuff, etc., etc. And it's like it's of utmost importance that we understand why the last system failed in order to build this next one in a much better way. And aside from even crypto by itself, like I was saying in one of my tweets, I forgot which, I've been tweeting a storm, bro. The ideas just been coming like crazy. But either way, yo, like music in itself is an asset. It's just that the only people that were taking quote unquote advantage of music as an asset were record labels. Nobody else. You know what I'm saying? So they essentially were able to conglomerate all of the power that this asset of music generates. And now, they control Spotify, they control Apple Music, they control everything. You know what I'm saying? But now, in this new world that we have before us, with decentralization, with crypto, with being able to own our own assets and put them out on our own terms, we can now create, even if it's like mini economies, like we can create economies, bro. And I don't think folks understand, how powerful that is, bro. Like economies based on art that come from art, bro. There's the possibilities, bro. Oh my god. But before I get to that, bro, I'm gonna let that stew in folks' minds. You know what I mean? Definitely feel free to come up or put a hand up like my G Tech if you have a point to make. Cause yeah, I brought this up because I know folks is about to cook, bro. Folks is about to cook. Well, what's up, Tech? What's up?
So I was gonna say another book that complements A Creature from Jekyll Island is The Blue Ocean Strategy. It talks about creative ways that you can build brands and services outside of the box. And the way the world is going right now, we always hear that we're in a tension economy, which is true. Also, a lot of the younger generation, because I assume all of us are probably at least in our 30s, like a lot of their generation are always online and they're not as social as we grew up, so a lot of them feel lonely. Gary Vee actually suggested this, and I did some research, and it's valid. It's very possible in another 100 years that if you have kids, their grandchildren may actually be buying like these Tesla sex robots and stuff, or partners. Or it's very possible that people will put up ads and services on Craigslist like, I'll be your friend to play video games or Yu-Gi-Oh and stuff, and then charge for hours to be companions. Like, as crazy as it sounds, those services are very possible for the need of demand of what those generations are going to need in the future. So with a lot of the things that's going on right now, you can see that. And then even for our generation with the tension economy, when you build your brand as an influencer, you do have people that are interested in your services and products, ones where maybe in a traditional market offline you wouldn't have got, providing you prove you have the value to build that audience. And in a shape or form, that is a way of digital real estate, not just the metaverse, though the metaverse would be a way too.
I knew the cooks was coming, yo. Appreciate you, Tech, bro. And yeah, appreciate that second book recommendation. Please drop it in the purple pill below. Because I'm sure I'm not the only one that wants to peep that. But we got Mumbo with his hand up. What's up, Mumbonius, the absolute great Mumbonius Bonaparte the second, actually the first. You feel me? Let's go.
Oh, what up? I just want to say that to that point that Tech made about like the rent a friend kind of thing, it already exists.
True.
In other cultures, is a lot more like prevalent, but you could definitely rent a friend here too in America. You need someone to go to your wedding with. You need to fake to have a girlfriend or what? Yeah, you can do all that. It's interesting, you know. So something about these social experiences are um, definitely they're valuable, and I think it's us not realizing it until maybe it's too late, and you're like, oh shit, I don't have those connections. I don't know how to fucking do that, and then people are like, well, I could just buy it. You know, it's not the same thing. So shout out to the homies. You know, glad I've met you and fucking dapped you up, and it takes energy to maintain friendships and stuff like that. It is work. So that's something that people gotta understand, right? It's not just like free stuff. It's like this concept of social equity and blah 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 blah. Like, you can analyze it. You can get like that in your head. It doesn't mean that you're like it's fake now. It's just what it is. you know. I do love you. So yeah. I don't know if I was going Shadow WaveWarZ. We're chilling in Colorado Springs for another week. We're gonna go see Rocky Horror Picture Show for the first time. So that's like cult classic. Definitely excited to see that. Um, I'll let you know what I think about it.
There you go, Mumbo going to shows. Hey, hit that ride. But yeah, bro, keep keep it up, bro. I love your free spirit. I love how you exploring out here, bro. Definitely, you gonna remember these times, for life. You feel me? But let's say what's up to Candy. Candy, what's good with you? What up? What up?
What's up? How are you guys?
Coolin'.
Um, yeah, no, music as a currency, um, yeah, like completely makes sense. And one of the big reasons for people really like you can investing in music is basically like a hedge against all other macroeconomic like trend or cycles because music is like the only asset that doesn't follow any economic trend or cycles. Like it could be the Great Depression and people are listening to more music. Because that's what makes them feel good. That's people where people put their time. When you think about like money as a meme or like money's just a story, that we put the value to, it's like music is like unspokenly that over and over and over and over again. It seems like it's just that nobody really is gonna like put a nobody's really put the real value on it like it should be. But that totally makes sense. I love that.
Yo, facts, yo. Totally agreed. And it's like, especially with the way the world is going now, even when we talk about the whole idea of, everybody being on their phones and, and whatnot, I definitely, on one note, I definitely noticed that, you know, like the younger people here in America are very different from the younger people in Costa Rica. You know what I'm saying? And then also the older people here in America, because I've been out here in Maine, and I don't know what it is. I guess it's just like I don't know. It's just mad old people here, like more old people than I'm used to seeing in one place, for lack of a better word. But they just act so differently from like the young people over here. You know what I mean? Like a lot of the young folks over here, bro. Because I'm just one of those people. I like to just say hi to folks if I see them walking around. You know what I mean? I'm just like, yo, what's good? You know what I mean? But like I'm noticing like the young folks, they be like spazzing out, bro. Like nobody's ever talked to yo, relax, bro. I'm just saying what's up, yo. And then, the older folks is just like normal. You know what I'm saying? They're just like, hi, blah, blah. Same thing with, Costa Rica, et cetera, et cetera. But, we can't fight the times, so I do understand, the whole online generation does have its benefits and, non benefits. But the whole point I was going to make is the fact that everyone is going online, and we're noticing more and more that even when we talk about stuff like money, it's all about the attention that it it gets. You know what I'm saying? Like the reason the dollar is valuable is because so many people have their attention on it. And what these phones and the internet and all this stuff has done is it just like people keep saying, like the attention economy, blah blah blah. But people are only seeing it in the sense like, oh, since this so and so influencer has a lot of attention, let's put my product on their video. You know what I'm saying? And people are seeing it in that sense, but nobody's really seeing it in the sense like if if we're going to use a hypothesis of the way pretty much any currency works, anything that is able to garner attention automatically has value. What's one thing that garners attention without you having to be there after you created it and can continue to garner attention for ages to come? Music. You feel me, yo? And like folks are just mad sleeping on the fact that music is can be at least a whole, just like Kenny said, like a whole other asset class, a whole nother currency type thing. Like, of course, it has to be done right. You know what I mean? Which is why I'm over here studying all these things. But like, yo, bro, if you're a music artist and you're creating these frequencies, because it's even deeper than the fact that it's just an asset like a house. It's like a frequency thing. You know what I'm saying? Like they were talking about how this. I don't know if you know about this tech, but it wasn't mentioned in the Jekyll Island book. But apparently they created the structure for the Federal Reserve on top of like an ancient sacrifice ground. You know what I'm saying? Like, did you hear about that tech? Like they was doing like sacrifices and shit over there on Jekyll Island and all type of stuff, and they built this document and they built this structure on top of that land and on purpose. Reason being is all of these things have spiritual energy, bro. Like this spiritual energy that is in that place literally adds to the magnitude of whatever you create in such place. You know what I mean? And the reason this ties back to music is because music is one of the like purest ways to translate frequency into the physical realm. You know what I'm saying? So I know this is going deep. I know this is going deep.
It's interesting you brought that up, bro, because
What's
I
up?
didn't
What's up?
know I didn't know about the sacrifice thing, but I do know that the families that run America are a part of what created the Federal Reserve Bank. And ironically, if you research Federal Reserve Bank, it'll tell you that it's not even an actual bank, though it's called the Federal Reserve Bank. But I know like the Rothschilds is one of the families involved, as well as whichever family actually owns the education system. And that's part of the reason why they don't teach finance, because the people who run the world, well, run America, are all finance and related to the banking system in some way or form. So they'll teach almost everything in school, but how to do finance.
Bro, I know, bro, and this is all purposeful because, like, at the end of the day, if you follow the quote unquote, protocol that is given to folks, it's like you go to school, blah blah, you get in debt, and then you get a job, and then you're working the job to pay off the debt, and then there's other debts that get added to one's life, and it's just like debts on top of debts, and at the end of the day, most people just end up kind of like slaves to the quote unquote system because they're in debt. You know what I mean? Little do they know that the money that they're paying their interest on, the interest that continues to compound over time, it was actually created out of thin air. You know what I'm saying? Which is actually absolutely crazy. So, in other words, there is no way to have this system without debt because what is done is first it's created out of thin air in the Federal Reserve, and then it's lent out. It's not given out. It's lent out. You know what I'm saying? So like just money entering the system is automatically debt, and then the money that they lend out, banks use to lend out to other people, and now those people just have compounding on top of each other interest rates. So it's like there's always gonna be debt. You know what I'm saying? If that's I can't say it in a simpler way because I'm still kind of wrapping my head around everything and like learning all this. But it's like that's fucked, bro. But wait, let's say what's up to Zal. I'm sure he has some kind of perspective on this. What's up, babe? What's up?
Yo, I hope you can
Yep.
hear me. I love the combo, love everything Tech's saying actually. I want to make the point of like my whole thing is I hate people like, don't get me wrong, information is great, but I'm an action item type person. So one of the things I like hearing when we talk about all this control is what's next? What's the next step? And this is why
Absolutely.
DAOs are unbelievably interesting to me because we always say that like the challenge with capitalism is that it's some like power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely, right? But if we can create these entities or assets or things that are owned not by one singular person but by a group of people, by quote unquote like humanity, right? A community, it becomes a whole different aspect of how you can leverage building that because then you can build towards a positive future as opposed to all of the past experiences we've gotten, right? With the, the central banking system, the gold standard, et cetera, et cetera.
Totally agree, bro. We about to hop on the MP3 standard. We about to hop on the Wave standard. You know what I'm saying? But yo, if you know, you know. I see my GOG Tony with his hand up. What's up, dog? What's the word?
Yo, GM. Big up, sorry, Kane.
Boys, what up, what up?
I'm good. What you doing, man? How you doing?
Doing good, man. We just chopping it up. You already know.
Yeah, that's
Yo,
what's up. I was just listening, man. This is an interesting topic, man. No, I totally agree with you guys, man. I can't wait to see the day the music going to totally take over cryptocurrency, man. Or should I rather say cryptocurrency taking over music generally, man? That's gonna be a very lit one, like for everyone to be able to control his music without having any company or any firm telling him or her what he should do. You know, I feel you guys, man. And while you guys were talking, I think Zal was talking about education, man. There was this movie I was watching. Sylvester Stallone was saying something like, school is like a settings that is going to just make your your employer believe that you've gone to a 4 year course in a role you showed up for from day one up to the day you're going to get your cert, your diploma, your degree. So they're going to be like, damn, this guy has been very punctual in his activities. He has a degree or whatever the fuck they're saying, and then they're gonna be able to give you a job now. But the jobs are not really out here right now. Many people has degrees, but they can't even get offered a job. So most especially in Africa, come to Nigeria, we are so fucking much that we have graduates that are still hustling for the government job now. Right now, cryptocurrency is the shit, man. I dig you. I dig what you guys are saying, man. I'm with you guys 100, man.
yo, totally feel that, bro. Like at the end of the day, it's a blessing in disguise, in my opinion, because like the whole concept that a lot of folks are not able to get their jobs, you got to make your own job. You know what I'm saying? You got to figure out what your skills and talents can contribute to this world, and then do that shit to the absolute max. Which I think, at the end of the day, actually molds you into a greater version of yourself than just solely depending on getting whatever job you get. There's no problem with jobs. I definitely understand that they valuable in society, but if you're not given one, you got to make some shit shake. You know what I'm saying? And you almost have no choice but to
That's what's
express
up,
yourself.
man. Yeah, talking about Gen Z, man. I think we should all leave those guys alone, man. They are crazy folks right now. It's just like the saying that goes, if you can't beat them, join them. Right now, everybody is on social media. Everybody's fucking with whichever platform it feels is the best for him, man. This generation is a fucked generation, man. But we're still
Nah,
trying to see how we're going.
it's not fuck, bro. It's just different. You know what I'm saying? That's what I like to say. It's just different. You know what I mean? But yo, let's say what's up to Tech. What up, Tech? What up?
Hey, so I was gonna say I completely agree with what Zal was saying, and I want to say before I'm gonna say what I'm about to say, it's a very complex thing to try to figure out. So I don't want to pretend like I have all the answers, but just from my experiences of people I met, people that are in better positions in life than I currently am, that I've learned from, and books that I read, I do think a solution to mitigate things is what we're doing here now, which is teaching people what's going on and how things work so they understand and it starts running the tracks through their mind of thinking differently. Because, like, telling people to think differently without kind of showing those steps of putting the pieces together makes like a lot more friction and it makes it harder. So, the way I actually look at it is we start with baby steps. Most people have 9 to 5 jobs. I think we can agree with that, right? And most people put money in a traditional 401k for their job. Those 401ks are ETFs and index funds, usually from BlackRock, for example, and they don't they're making them more money than they're making themselves. So you tell that person, okay, you've been living 20, 30 years where you've been putting money into this, you didn't have to touch it, and you made a little bit more money, but you could make more. So you can actually let your job know that you don't want to opt in to a 401k when you work there. So now with that money, you can, instead of going through your job's 401k, if you don't want to learn like stocks or get into crypto because you feel like you don't have time and don't want to deal with it, you can put into a Vanguard ETF or BlackRock yourself, and you're going to make more money because the fees going through them are cheaper. And what's actually happening when you do it through the job is you're double dipping because you're paying the fees of the job and the fees of that ETF or index fund. So you're paying twice. And then you also have the problem that the ones that the companies usually approve are like super, super balanced to avoid volatility. So you might get 3 to 4% a year. Now you got to calculate inflation with that too, and now you're looking at 1 to 2% if not being in the hole. So you're better off just putting into a fund yourself. Like you can go to Vanguard and go with one that has mostly Tesla, Microsoft, Apple, and Nvidia in the portfolio. And because those 7 companies are literally holding up the stock market as we speak right now, you're looking at like 7 to 10% return on that. Then after inflation, you'll still be making some money. So I think teaching those little small steps and basics first is a good way to like really help people. But that's just my opinion.
Man, that's just my opinion. And this man just dropped sauce. You feel me? But yo, shout out to my G Tech, bro. I don't know if you writing a book or something, but yo, you going crazy. You feel me? But yeah, I feel it, man. I
By
feel
the
it.
way, shameless plug, I actually do have a book. It's a book I
Wow.
wrote on finance for kids with the basics on Roth IRA, traditional IRA, what the difference is, how it benefits you tax wise, talking about a 529 savings account for your kids, how it's not taxable and you can save money and make more interest. And even though you're saving that for college, they don't necessarily have to use it for college. So when they get of age and change their mind, if they want to use that money for a business or to put into their own investment account, they can. And that's actually on Amazon called The Young Investor, and that's being sold for $2.99.
Hell yeah, Tech. I love that. Let's do more of that. Let's push more of that. I'd love to talk to you a little more on the back end after this weekend when I travel on different ways we can support that journey because like the financial education portion with Onaji B is something I really love talking about. But definitely want to like get you into that fold of like just what ways we can support people learning more about like general finances, right? Just um, financial well-being and wellness. So I love that you're gearing it towards that education for kids. So shout out to you, Tech. Keep killing it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how do I not know about this? That's awesome.
Jeez.
I gotta see this.
Let's go, man. Pin it up to the top
Definitely.
if
Give me
you
a sec.
like.
I'm going to get the link and pin it up for y'all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out to my G Tech, bro. Putting on the kids, bro. That's what I'm talking about. But yeah, dog, like all of this stuff is mad interesting, bro. Cause mainly, like the point I was, trying to land earlier was that since we have this whole new opportunity to create whole new economies, it's best if we understand like what messed up the last ones and how we can make this new one that we all created together as we speak like much better. You know what I mean? So that's really the point I was trying to land with all of the lefts and rights I took. So yeah, bro, let's get it, bro. We about to do this shit, bro. And like I think music is gonna be a huge aspect of it, and have been building things to prove that. Feel me? So let's say what's good to my G, the Cannon, who just came up on the stage. What's good with you, dog? How you feeling? That new visual is crazy, bro. What is going on? You see, I don't know if you on crack right now, bro.
Oh nah, man, black don't crack unless you using it, man. I don't do that. You feel me? It's all sober action right now. What's good?
Yo, we vibing, bro. But that shit would be looking crazy. I'm like, how is
I
he doing that?
appreciate it. Hey man, I just take time to really just focus, bro. Like sometimes I'll be needing to come back up for air. I watch some movies. Basically use the other side of my brain, do some other activities, might cook some shit. Hey, bro, I got nothing but crazy amounts of talent that people don't know about because I don't post up. Like, you know what I mean? So I do other things, work the other side of my brain. I just get focused and I master some shit. I craft it. That's it. You know what I mean?
You know what you mean, bro. Shout out my G Cannon, bro. Blessing to have met you, bro. Like all the projects that we cooked up
Same
together.
there, man. I appreciate
You
it.
know, facts, bro. Facts, man. So yeah, bro. Shout out to my G Cannon. If you don't know Cannon at this point, I don't know. I don't know if you really be in this hoe. But definitely follow my G if you don't know, bro. Now you know, baby. But yo, let's keep it going. I think shout out my G Steve Strange, shout out Rome in the building, shout out to my G Prism. Yeah, MIG grinding ever since day one. I see you, dog. Shout out Miguel. Oh, Miguel. Wait, Zol, is that the Miguel? The Miguel? I don't know. Let me know, bro. Apparently, we were supposed to have some special guests in this space, but I hope that's him. If it's not, hey, my apologies. But feel free to come up if you want to come up. Either way, we gonna see what's up, bro. But yeah, I'm just hyped for this future, bro. I told y'all about the app we've been building for the last 8 9 months. You know, I've been like asking the lead dev every day. I'm like, we ready? We ready? We ready? We ready? You know what I'm saying? Because like, yo, when we can drop that, bro, I'm telling y'all, like this whole idea of the music economy, y'all gonna see what we talking about, bro. But either way, definitely is really just a suggestion. Like keep honing your craft, bro. Keep going hard, bro. Keep creating out here. It's definitely a new world, bro. And I think that's why we all here. I think that's why we all find ourselves in crypto because we found that the old system or whatever was weird AF, bro. Like weird shit was going on. You feel me? But now we can create our own story, bro. And I think that's freaking dope, man. So next week I'm also gonna be in Boston, so if anybody gonna be in Boston, yo, let me know. You know what I'm saying? We can link up, say what's up. But essentially, there's this Solana, what do they call it? Solana co-working thing that's going on. So I'm about to, essentially chop it up with other Solana developers all week and creators and builders, etc., possibly investors, everything. So yeah, bro, I'm gonna be out there. So if anybody needs something from Boston, let me know. You know what I mean? Let me know, and I can let whoever know that's over there know as well, because I will be mobile. So I'm planning on visiting the Solana Foundation if I can, bro. Bro. At this point, I tried to at them. You know what I'm saying? I emailed these up. I'm going in the Solana community. Folks is not hearing me, so at some point I gotta step up to their doorstep and be like, "Yo," you know what I'm saying? But either way, what's up, Candy? What's up?
Yeah, I liked yesterday whenever you mentioned Boston, and Louis was suggesting, certain things to like have ready. And I wanted to just ask the space, like, if anybody has been to a co-build week like that, or if there's anything for like in-person events. I was thinking like uh maybe we should make sure you have that like tap your NFC, tap your phone to give me your business card thing going on, like the
Oh,
contacts.
facts.
I think that's actually just a setting in Apple now, but like we should make sure like that's set up. Um, yeah, but I was gonna say, does anybody else have any advice of like things or materials or stuff to like have prepared? Because like, I make that stuff.
Just to add to
Or
that,
you listen.
there's a QR code, right?
You don't like, so then you can kind of like, that's kind of what I use for my Instagram, for my LinkedIn when I go out to these events. What I do is I put my QR code on my front screensaver. So all I gotta do is just pull out my phone and just like kind of just open. I mean, just not even open it, just like turn it on, and then they'll just like, scan your QR code, and then you guys just can connect as soon as possible. That way you don't have to kind of like go through other extra things, like maybe other apps, other things. You could just use a simple QR code from your LinkedIn. I don't know if X has it, but I know LinkedIn has it, Instagram has it, and then you could just use that to connect.
Okay, awesome. That's
That
sauce.
facts. Jinx, you owe me a soda. Actually, I don't drink soda. Smoothie. But either way, shout out to my G
That's hilarious. I was thinking, what am I supposed to do? Punch you in the arm? That's what I used to do to my brother.
Yo, them games was super fun, yo. Shout out to the, if you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? But either way, yeah, that's fire. That's sauce, Louis. I can definitely do that. My screensaver for the past like 5 years though has been, this Spotify thing of showing millions of streams. And I guess it was like
So
this
you could actually have like
manifestation.
5 screensavers at the same time. I don't know if you
What
know.
the? How you do
So
that?
like if you have an iPhone, you can just kind of like hold onto your screensaver, and then you can kind of just swipe, and then you can just have that prepared, and then obviously when you want to go back to your to your original dope swaggy one, just go back there.
Bro, look at this guy. Bro, appreciate you, dog.
You
That
can
is
set up
actually so.
an album too that'll shuffle through different photos every time you lock it. That's what I got on mine right now.
What's the photos though? That's the real question.
I mean, it's my art, but yeah, you can put whatever you want on there. If you want your teddies up there on the lock screen, you can do all that. But yeah, just make sure you select the right album. You don't want to just unlock your phone and just blah. You know what I mean? Up in front of your family at the dinner table and shit like that. So, but yeah, I like this one because I could just like lock, unlock, and it's like, yo, what's that? It's like, oh, that's my piece. And then you go to show them again. It's like, oh, it's gone. Here's this one though. Um, but yeah, thanks for the other tech, Louis. I need to probably update my iOS. I'm pretty slow on that sort of stuff.
Right. Totally agreed, bro. That's tough. I need to figure out how to do the screen thing. And then number two, like let's say I run into a possible like investor or whatever. I don't want to be like, smother them or whatever. You know what I mean? I don't want to be like, you know, I feel like that's how folks be moving. So I need a really clever ass way, you know what I'm saying, to get them like intrigued and asking their own questions. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's something I've been thinking about. I'm like, how do I, like, let's say I run into one, I always find a way to know what folks be doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always find a way to like enter that in conversation somehow. But if they tell me that, because apparently, that's gonna be over there too, I want to be prepared. Feel me? So we need like a pitch, but not a pitch.
Yo, 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 yo.
What's
Okay.
up?
I've been thinking. I think we should set, like, you should, in the morning of whatever the day is after you get, like, an idea of what your schedule is, post online the times you're going to be live streaming, not on spaces, so that if someone comes physically, you can be there, you can physically be there, and then whenever you are done with that conversation, you come back to the stream and you have a conversation with us about how it was. Us, whether that's just me and Candy, and you text us and say, hey, go check the recording of the stream. I met someone cool. Like, go check in on them. Go find them on X. Go at them, right? Like, that, I think, would be big. Maybe we use the WaveWarZ X chat as the, like, this is the place where you're going to be sending people to connect with, and for us to, like, not spam, but like low-key spam, right? Just like show the love, show that we got a community going. Especially if you're having a conversation with someone, we can find them, and then that person goes back to their co-working desk and sees a flood of notifications from us, right? So like that, in my mindset, is whatever way we can most efficiently do that. I know I'm going to be gone for this weekend, but I know Candy will have some great ideas for how to most efficiently do that. I think it's just like having the restream up the whole time, streaming to Pump That Fun, Twitch and X, and just like really not worrying about like how it'll all come out until after, but knowing that you can always go back to specific like crucial moments in the IRL and re-examine it in a time period after where you have a little bit more time, energy, and space to like digest. You can mute me now.
Yo, that's sauce, bro. I remember at my last conference when I, went to live stream. This is actually like when I first got here. Is all like when we first went to Boston. I actually live streamed me talking to people that time as well. And the thing I noticed was there's definitely a way to introduce the live stream and make people feel more cool with it. But like, there's definitely people that will just not want to talk on the live stream. You know what I'm saying? Like the instant they find out you're live streaming, they're like, "Oh no, no, no!" They like run away. You know what I'm saying? So I'm wondering what's the fine line with that. But we got Candy. What's up, Candy? What's up?
Yeah, no, I was gonna say, if somebody says, "What are you building?" I'd say music's live prediction market on Solana. And I feel like prediction market is such a hot topic, and music is such a valuable, widespread, normal thing that like there's no way. Yeah, I mean, on Solana is just the extra, but I think that there's no way that somebody would not be like, now what? Like, let me say that again.
Sauce, absolute sauce. Definitely gonna try that one. Let me put it in the.
And the reason I like the idea of live streaming is like position it in a way where it's only facing you and people that come up to you aren't initially in it. Because
Yes.
every single time you pitch music prediction markets to someone, that's another potential thing that we can clip later for promotion, right? Like maybe we make a lobster DAO. That's what this event is this week. Maybe we make a lobster DAO recap vid, and it's literally you saying music prediction market. It's like initially a compilation of you literally saying music prediction market for 10 seconds of like you saying it 20 times in a row. But because we have a week's worth of footage, we will be able to do that. Candy will cook with Candy's cut for the Lobster DAO recap. So my point is like, let's think like that and find ways that we can leverage it, not only live, but after the fact.
Solid. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do the live stream anyway. I'm gonna just do what I did at the conference. The people that say no, hey, it wasn't meant to be. God, the universe was like, hey, nah, not them. You know what I'm saying? But everyone who's down, you know what I'm saying? I feel like there's also folks that really like that. They're like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? They're actually cooking. You know what I mean? And they want to get on camera and do their thing. But yeah, bro, I think that's a good idea. I'm gonna live stream from my little desk. I'm gonna work to be an attractive force rather than what's the word, than what's the opposite of attractive, pushing or whatever force, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna just cool back, you know what I'm saying? And whoever comes up, I'll just be like, yo, just to let you know, we out here, you know what I'm saying? We on the live stream. And then let's say I'm in like talks outside of the live stream, like when I'm walking around and stuff, anybody that I come across, I'll also mention like, yo, I'm on a live stream. You want to do a quick interview, talk about your thing? I think that would be fucking fire. You know what I'm saying? So especially if everybody there is like building something.
Yeah,
Yeah. What's up, Louis?
yeah. So I guess my like tweets on like these events, because I as a student I went to some myself as well too, and I learned, honestly, like for me what works is just like first of all, like the motto, your vibes attract your tribe, right? So obviously be yourself, go to the rooms, right, where they speak, go to the rooms of topics that obviously interest you, understand that what interests you and the people that are in those room, that means that you guys have the same interest, right? So when you go to, like, for me, when I sat down, like just for a chair, honestly, just like the spaces, look for up, look left, look right, look down, and just say what's up. Be like, hey, how are you? Like honestly, and be like, and hey, like this is technically my, like, I guess my pitch. Hey, like like what do you do? Like what, like what's, like what's your, like, I never say what's your position, what's your role. I just say, like, what do you do? Like just what do you do? And then obviously people want to talk about, people love to talk about themselves. So you get interested in others first. I think that's the number one key, right? You want people to be interested in you. You got to be interested in others, right? So just be like, hey, what do you do? And they'll tell you what they do, and then eventually they'll ask you what you do. And if they don't ask you what you do, you ask yourself, maybe they're not the right people, right? And so just kind of be authentic like that, and just and you're about to attract your tribe at the end of the day. Just be yourself, show the energy. Energy doesn't lie. And I think what's going to happen, what's meant to happen, will happen. Let's go.
Yeah, I love that, Louis. I'm gonna make a point to the squad here for just believing a little more in Hurricane. Not that you need another reason. Hurricane on our ETH Boston day had such a deep conversation with someone who was like so done with crypto because of like the traditional space and what she was seeing, and wasn't even sure if she was gonna come to Soar Boston the next day, and he saw her the next day. So like he was the reason that woman came back, and she said she had a great time that second day. It was really grateful for that experience and opportunity, and I'm 100% sure that woman will always remember Hurricane. So yeah, shout out to you, Hurricane. I think what Louis said is phenomenal. It's always asking like, what are you doing in the space, and then analyzing like, okay, like how does that pitch into something I'm doing, or is it just something I need to like learn more about? But yeah, killing it, Louis, killing it, Hurricane. Shout out to y'all.
God bless, bro. Yeah, that was a dope ass conversation. Shout out to her. You know what I'm saying? She progress. She got a whole new job and shit. She was telling me, I'm like, damn, bro, go ahead. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, bro, she on the ups. But yo, shout out to what you said as well, Louis. I definitely agree, bro. Great plan. Definitely implementing that for facts. You feel me? And damn, I wish you was there too, bro. I wish I had a homie there. That shit would be fun as fuck. But it's all good. You know what I'm saying? We
Bro,
go
if I was
good
there, we'd
either
go
way.
crazy, bro.
Facts. We go so nuts,
Is
bro.
that wing? Is
But
that wing?
nah,
That
it's
we
gonna
like, yo,
happen.
yo, we pow, pow. We would do tag team shit.
Yo, it's gonna come. It's gonna come. It's gonna happen, bro. Somehow, some way. But yo, let's say what's up to Candy. What's up, Candy?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that they also, like, in the the notes and stuff that I saw on that, they also had a really big emphasis on the building and the working and the dedicated working part of it. I was gonna say I was gonna send it over. I have like a go to market workbook that I have been wanting for us to kind of sit down and like go through, but it's kind of like a long process. Um, so I was gonna say like um, it's also kind of cool. I like Zal's idea of like kind of maybe not facing the camera at them, so that way you have the opportunity to talk to them. I was thinking like you could like have the like your music like real low, or like you could also have like the WaveWarZ like YouTube like picture in picture like real low or something like that. And then I was gonna say like something just to kind of like, you know, be working on, but like not actually have to be working on. I'll send over this like workbook to where, it's stuff that we need to go through and that stuff like that. But it's kind of one of those things it's nice to like, come back and forth to. And it's just like all questions about WaveWarZ. But yeah. And then I was gonna say, yeah, you got your fit ready. You got your jersey. I love those jerseys.
Yo, 10,000, 10,000. I think did we send one to Candy yet? I feel like we at least should.
Not yet. I think I'm
So,
gonna get like a soccer jersey or some sort of other, you know, cut style.
yo, that's a bet. That's a bet. Yeah, yeah. We gotta fit the team out. You feel me? But I see my G Steve Strange with his hand up. What's up? What's up, dog? Good to see you out here.
Thank you, Hurricane. Appreciate it. What's up, fam? Excellent conversation, everybody. Like, these moments are keys to success. And having said those keys to the success, huge shout out to, you know, throwing up that blue ocean strategy. Um, Man, not a lot of people, I don't hear that often. Not a lot of people bring that up. That's a real big one. You know, that's talking about that real innovation. That's talking about basically anything, you know, building in Web3, all that's blue ocean strategy because everything, you know, everything's almost been done on Web2. Everybody creating business doing this and doing that, different many ways to do it. But yeah, I mean, that's not the blue ocean strategy. Where you know that's meant for us to kind of like stay on top, stay you know stay fresh, and kind of being where not too many people are. You know, uh, bringing that structure, bringing that you know that framework on whatever we're building, and especially collaborations like this. You know, a lot. I appreciate this opportunity being able to come in because you know a lot of stuff I share is also just me thinking out loud and hoping you know whatever I throw out there resonates with somebody because I throw out a lot of different things. But you know, I did share some stuff in the bubble. Wanted to kind of go over, you know, a couple of those things. Like this one video started to kind of go viral a few days ago. This fat cat named Kevin O'Leary, he's pretty big in the crypto space, and he did a video talking about the Ethereum gas fees that still got a little bit crazy during the, you know, during the crash on Friday, and you know how when the market gets really volatile, that chain gets really congested, and it starts to show its true colors about, you know, just having that struggle and you know and just having those high fees is really what we've always trying to get away from. You know, this that's not how you really fix this thing, and yet we see a lot of the mainstream headlines and movements, market movements, always talking about Ethereum this and Ethereum that. That's just a lot of old people, I guess, throwing a lot of money at something they think is a, you know, an asset. So Ethereum is holding a lot of liquidity, sure. But you know, I always look at the tech, and to be honest with y'all, I am not bullish on Bitcoin or Ethereum at all. Just saying that's just me because I look at the technology and I don't see them, you know, really making the moves that, you know, I would like to be a part of whenever, you know, I want to scale, you know, whenever I want to make sure everything is secure. I don't feel confident with those, you know. I feel that they're holding a lot of money, but that's about it. And yeah, so I thought that was pretty interesting when, you know, he brought that out there. And I'm hoping it gains a lot of traction just so people can get an idea on what Ethereum really is not. Um, but you know, just food for thought. Moving on, you know, y'all were talking about the you know the different types of investments, the portfolios, and you know the different type of institutions that hold you know the investment uh, profiles or you know portfolios for people. And you know when ETFs came out, I saw a red flag right away because I saw you know a lot of those other big banks trying to get in the game, and you know it's that lack of education, it's that lack of you know what learning what decentralization is and knowing what this space is about, you know, about what these assets are and what they can do, you know. So when they came up with these ETFs, they just came up with another canister to take people's money. And so now everybody's flooding into these ETFs, giving their money over these institutions, doing the same thing, you know, that we've been doing for the past 100 years. That's proven to be, you know, a fraud, corrupt, broken, and you know, that's just crazy to me that you know they just you know got over on a lot of people trying to push this ETF thing the way it is. But you know, in reverse to that, there's this other project called Reserve Rights. Now, what Reserve Rights is, it's a decentralized platform that acts the same way, but it lets you set up, it lets the user set up their own account, their own what they call token folios, like a portfolio of getting exposure to a lot of these different tokens, these different protocols, and having like a portfolio set in these different categories, these different genres, and they call them decentralized traded funds and the DTFs. And so they're the actual, they're the step that comes after the ETFs. They're the mechanism that shows, you know, if we can prove that ETFs are a scam, then what would be the alternative to that? And that's what this reserve rights protocol was creating with these DTFs to put together these portfolios and having exposure to a lot of these different uh, you know, this basket of tokens, you know, to invest in And they're all different categories. Ones are just primarily DeFi tokens, others are gaming tokens, and they're all in a basket of different diverse, having a diverse portfolio and having these exposures. So I thought that's pretty interesting, and they are still coming up. They got a lot of backing from some other bigwig, as far as who's behind them. But my last note is there's a space coming up. It's from one of my peoples. His name is Prez. He's doing a space. It looks like he said he's scheduled on the 27th. It's called Project Youth: How to Empower Young People in 2025. This is big. Going back to when I was saying there's this lack of knowledge and this lack of understanding. That's what a lot of these meetings us gathering right now. Gathering our thoughts, putting things in places, taking notes. Collaborating different ideas, until we can put them into play. We just kind of gathering strength, gaining momentum until we put this into action, which matters the most, because that's what's going to reflect more profoundly towards the youth by seeing what's being done, to see how it's done. And so he's throwing this space up, how to empower young people in 2025 and beyond. So that should be an interesting space. I hope to check out, and if any of y'all are interested, and definitely post up.
Yo, sauce. I think they named it DTF on purpose. That's just my opinion. That's a great marketing. You know what I'm saying? But either way, shout out to them, bro. That's fire, bro. I really like, that the new protocols and everything that's cooking, bro. Like definitely drop something either in the bubble or on top, so that we know what you're talking about. Because I know it's hard to, wrap everyone's head around that immediately. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, let us do. We read in this space. I don't know about I don't know about y'all, but I know I'll be reading. I'll be studying. So yeah, I think I ain't the only one. So yeah, drop those and like let us check it out, bro. And then I did see that OG Tony was gonna say something. I don't know if you were gonna say something or what's going on. Okay, I guess not. But we do got Miguel on stage. Miguel, are you from Bolivia? Am I right? I don't know, bro. Am I right? Hello, hello.
No, you're not rugged.
Oh, okay, okay. Oh, they just not hearing me or something. Okay, that's all good.
Wait,
What's up?
sorry. No, I'm here.
Yeah, thanks.
I was totally app switched. Did you say my name?
Nah. You good, bro? I was trying
Maybe
to.
maybe he speaks Spanish. Miguel, hola, ¿cómo estás? ¿Estás ahí?
True. Uh, uh, nope.
Oh, Miguel. Ah,
Yeah.
that's. I heard Momo by chance. Um, no, I was checking their followers. Musica Web3 follows them, so that's like some sort of cosine mutual thingamajig that I can recognize.
Hey, all good, man. If they want to talk, quieres hablar, puedes hablar. Pero si no, todo bien. So yeah, if they want to talk, they can talk. But
Diablo, huracán.
sí, yo hablo español mucho en Costa Rica, mucho tiempo acá. But yeah, you already know the deal, bro. Shout out to my G Miguel. Shout out Louis, bro. Came through. But I feel like y'all be having the like, especially Louis, bro. He be having the accents and like the shortened slang of some of the words, and I'll be like, what does he mean? But then I realize what you mean. And I'm like, dang, that actually sounds more saucy than the regular version. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, shout out to my G Louis, bro. Put me on the slang, bro. Facts. But yeah, man, we finna close up soon, actually. Unless anybody has anything pressing they want to say or talk about. I think I mentioned all the subjects that I wanted to talk about today. But if anybody else has anything else you want to say, this is your time to let us know. What's the word?
What's the date? Do we know the date on the next battle for
Oh
sure?
yes. So we decided on Wednesday the 29th. Does that work for you? Because I remember you said Sunday might be an issue.
Yeah, no, that's great. I think it'll be better the middle of the week with Halloween coming because I think
Exactly.
people are just going to be busy on both weekends.
I agree, yo. And like kind of the battles we've been running the past few weeks, it kind of been an experiment. It seemed like the battles on weekdays seem to do better. You know what I'm saying? Than the ones we was doing on Sundays. So yeah, we might just switch to start doing weekdays, especially Wavy Wednesday. I mean, it is Wavy Wednesday and it is Wave Wars. I'm like, yo, duh.
Wait, that's the Halloween week, right?
Exactly, exactly. So yeah, bro, we might start hitting these hoes on
We
Wednesdays.
gonna dress up. What you gonna be for
Dressing
Halloween?
up,
Oh
dressing
hell
up.
yeah, I'm in.
Oh shit. Oh yeah, especially if y'all gonna be on screen, that's actually gonna be tough. That's actually gonna be so tough. Yeah,
You pick the theme, Louis.
there you go.
You gonna be a cat.
You said you're gonna be a cat, Louis?
Bad kitty, bad kitty.
Wait, what? What'd you say? You rugged a little bit.
Wait, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We hear you now.
Yeah, can you hear me again?
Yup.
Yeah, all right. So okay, so bad kitty, we cat or like something like that because last time on Crypto Fam Radio, they were like, yo, you sound like Bad Bunny. I'm like, nah, man, Bad Bunny sound like me. I'm not Bad Bunny, I'm Bad Kitty. We gonna kitty now.
Yo, you was rugged a little bit, but I think we heard enough. You know what I'm saying? What she said, you gonna be Bad Kitty instead of Bad Bunny. Hey man, you do you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Not my choice, but you go ahead. You go ahead, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm surprised to see what this gonna be, like how this gonna look. So definitely let us know, bro. Please don't enter the sus territory. But yo, we gonna see what's up. Shout out to Louis. I don't know if I'm gonna be dressing up for Halloween. I always tell folks every Halloween party I go to, they're like, "Yo, what are you? Who are you?" I'm like, "I'm me. I'm Hurricane, bro.
Like
Follow
you
me
need
on
to dress
Instagram."
up like the card, like that card that Kenny made for you.
Oh yeah, the samurai or whatever with the sword and shit, bro. You know I've been saying let's cook
Or
today.
cut your hair bald and be a monk, bro, for a
Oh
day.
hell nah, hell to the nah, bro. The
Put a
hair is
skull cap, put a skull cap on, bro.
hell nah, bro. The reason I have my hair the way it is because it looks like a hurricane. You know what I'm saying? Like if you take a real good look at it, it's like
The
literally
fuck?
a hurricane is on my yeah, bro. I got the wild ass dreads. You know what I'm saying? And they
That's
curve
supposed to look
across
like
the
a
top like a
hurricane?
mohawk. Yeah, bro. That's the whole purpose, bro.
Oh, check out. I gotta get a closer look then, gang.
Yeah, bro. Yo, check it out, man. Especially when I give me a haircut and my sides are bald, that's when it's the most prominent. Because then I got the mohawk, and then the eye of the storm is my pineal gland, which is inside my head. But it gets deep, bro. It gets deep. You know what I'm saying? But let's say what's up to our G, OG Tony. What up, dog? What up?
Yo, I'm big. I'm good, big homie. Or dude. Just ask him, man. Did you get to give that track a listing?
Oh yes, facts, bro. Let me see if I can. Shit, you gonna cap, bro? I totally forgot because of the battle. I was like, damn. But now you just reminded me. Let me go check downstairs, see if I can use one of these other laptops to play the track. Yeah, I did say we was gonna do that. But yeah, shout out to you, bro. Appreciate the reminder. Think my G
What's
Mumbo
the next
came
type
in.
of battle y'all doing, yo?
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
that's too
bro.
much
So
to ask.
no, it's not too much. The next battle we got is actually gonna be a one on one after the producer tournament. We got a couple like super prominent Web3 artists that are down. You know what I'm saying? And they already signed up. They did they shit. You know what I'm saying? so so they the first ones up. You feel me? And that one's gonna be lit, bro. I'm hyped for that. And then after that, we got a bunch of like producers. So maybe we get enough for 8 after by the time we run those artist battles. But we'll see, bro. We'll see, man. I'm just hyped to see what goes down. I am down for another kind of tournament vibes. That shit was mad fun, bro. That shit was mad fun. But yeah, we gonna figure it out, day by day. And then of course, once we get to the type of demand that we need, you know what I'm saying, we can start running way more frequent battles. It's like the idea is once we get the trading volume to where we need to get it to, and we have enough artists, bro, we can get this whole going. You feel me? And then we got the plans for the automated battles as well. It's just all cooking, bro. It's all cooking, bro. We gotta take it a day at a time. Just add the improvements every day and just move, 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 move. But yeah, Cannon, bro. I don't remember if you gave us a suggestion as to who you wanted to battle, we definitely need to have you back on. And the whole
Nobody's really
idea,
trying to battle me, bro. It's done for me, bro. I'm,
bro.
I'm, I'm quitting, bro. It's over. I don't battle no more.
Nah, that's funny, dog. But there was the idea of the artist tournament as well. I still haven't abandoned that idea, but I don't know if it should happen so closely after the producer tournament. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it should be like one half of the year we do the producer tournament, which is like the latter half, and then the springtime ish we have the artist tournament. That's kind of the vibes I'm thinking. And then every year we just have these, and the tournaments can get bigger as time goes along. But it's like every year we have the tournaments. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like a, I feel like that'll add more to the gravity of the shit. You know what I mean? Because if it's like we have a tournament every day or some shit, it's not hot. You know what I mean? But if it's like only once a year, you know what I mean? Then it's like shit really matters. Feel me? But yeah, hopefully next year we can have like a 16 or 32 bracket. We can just keep expanding as that goes. But yeah, bro, I think it's just gonna get litter every year, bro. But we got Steve Strange with his hand up. What's up, dog? What's the wordy?
Yeah, man, I wanted to shout out Cannon Jones. I'm loving that artwork, those cards, man. It's so cool. I'm digging
Thank you.
it. That's actually a project that's been on the back of my mind for a long time for the other community that I spend a lot of time with and I'm helping build also. Um, but yeah, there was a post earlier that I mentioned. Yeah, it was like I think about the live shopping, right? And I mentioned this app called Whatnot, and so I just posted a video in the bubble down there. So I don't know how many of y'all heard of Gary Vee. He's pretty big, right? So Gary Vee's like all over social media. He talks a lot about brand building and all about what it takes for the comeuppance, right? And lately, well, for a while now, he's been talking a lot about Whatnot. It's really the only reason I know about it. And, he can spot these trends really early on. And, as far as that idea with the trading cards, it was just this, just a spur of the moment kind of post where I was just acknowledging it, but as an idea, whenever we're representing something, whenever we want to put something on blast, however it's done, that live shopping mechanism, that kind of platform, that framework, it's a pretty hot idea. But again, that requires special teams right there, like I said, because, everybody's got to have their strengths, whoever the salesperson is with the voice, and that level of promoting, it's all key players with all these different factions. But yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. Shout out to Cannon Jones on that idea. It's pretty cool.
I appreciate it, bro.
Bro,
It's funny, not to cut you off. It's funny. I hold reserve rights too. Like, it's funny that you say that. Yeah, I appreciate it too.
bro, Cannon and Zol, y'all need to talk, bro. Zol is obsessed with
I
these
talk to
cards.
Zola on a
Yo,
regular,
my bad.
man. That's my boy.
So I was just gonna say, shout out Steven, bro. I've been seeing you just all over. Want to give my little props over to you because you're in my DAO spaces, and to be honest with you, those don't translate over into the music spaces really easily. So I love the people that are intermingled there. Two, I trading cards is like my love and passion. It's what brought me into this space. I got onboarded like a half year before I actually really got onboarded into Web3 because of a trading card game marketplace. Like I'm unbelievably interested in like where we can bring trading cards, like not just in Web3, but like collectibles as a whole. Especially after Adabody helped me generate our first set of musician trading cards for our Zalpalooza event last April at NFT NYC. So like I have been thinking since that moment about how we can leverage musicians plus games plus the cards all together, and I think there's a lot of cool ways we can do that. So Steven would love to involve you in some of those conversations. I know I added Cannon and a couple other folks in, doing a live stream where we're pulling some trading cards as well. So Steven, I'll definitely reach out to you, get you involved over there, and I know I added the tech as well, and I know he's here. So lots of good ideas with the trading cards. I think making music trading cards for musicians is like an insane alternative to like
Yes.
music NFTs. Where instead of just doing music NFTs, if we can create cards for every single song and like create a standard for that, there can be a lot more of the going back to 2021 of having like, oh, one legendary card that's like super fancy and then like 100 common ones at the bottom end that maybe don't have a special verse or anything, or maybe you have different rights for the legendary ones. I digress. Point being, I think that there's an insane leverage point in trading cards because as you can see, like football and baseball cards are completely unique to like Pokemon cards. Right now, like Pokemon and most trading cards in the past have all been on fantasy or some lore that's out there from some IP that people have created. But when you can leverage real world IP and help musicians understand what they can do in addition to having their music, the different places they can leverage that IP, I think it's insane. So, like, my big picture, long term, like, to be honest with you, I have become a music for on-chain music, but like my end game is trading card games and collectibles, and like that's where like my passion in here and like my long-term goal is. So any conversations about that, I'm super about. Let's make a space next week to talk specifically about music
Yep.
card collectibles. You know, maybe
Yeah.
it could be a WaveWarZ space. But yeah, thanks guys.
Let's absolutely do that, bro. Next week, I don't know which day, but next week we definitely gonna have that space because that's 100% what we need to do, bro. Music trading cards is the future. I think Cannon's about to reiterate on that. What's up, Cannon? What's up?
What's good? What's good? What's good? I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. So with the music, well with the trade cards period, you know when I did it around the 2021 time, I did it like it was a lot different and stuff like that. So now when I'm doing them, I'm trying to just put more soul into it. And right now, you know, Zal was able to put the battery in my back to start getting back to it because it was a project I started years ago, and it was like I just, you know, fell off of it because you know I feel like a lot of people wasn't really, you know, fucking with the trading card shit. So now Zal put that battery in my back, like I finally pulled that trigger to get real prints. So I got real prints of a Rome card, a Hurricane card, and you know, Cannon Jones card really coming in the mail just to see what that's gonna look like. You know what I'm saying? So to get the real prints is legendary for me because I'm trying to send that shit to a PSA so it can get graded and put into a
Yes,
case so we can have exclusivity and be like, yo, I only printed up 5 of those cards. So if y'all going, yeah, I mean, I ain't even gotta say too
bro.
much
You
after
did,
that.
yo,
Yeah,
you're doing
I
it
already
right
pulled the
now,
trigger. Yeah, I put my money into my investments. I really dropped money on shit. So that shit is and it dropped the bread on Rome shit. It was like that was a power move because I felt like after Candy made the cover for the Visions and Rome shit, I'm like, this right here deserve to have a card to it. So that's not even just my artwork. That's Candy artwork and my artwork on a card where it's like Candy want me to send this to her so she know that this is framed and this is I mean it's this is community type shit. This is what we do.
bro. I'm so hyped for this, bro.
I'm hype as fuck. Like,
Nah, this
hey,
is
yo,
oh,
my mother ended up leaving my old book of cards. 'Cause I had, you know, Pokemon cards and stuff like that. The most rarest con as a kid. And I knew that they was gonna be something. I had a book that showed me the prices of everything. She ended up leaving my book somewhere, and then we ended up moving. So as a grown man, once the pandemic came back, like 'cause, you know, I started moving more in the street and stuff like that. So I was like, fuck all that type of shit or whatever. I ain't really care about that. I still get a comic book here and there, read comic books. So I always, you know, consider myself a street nerd or whatever. So when I finally got back into buying, you know, cars and seeing the pandemic make the cars prices go up, all the cars that would have been in the thousands, the cars that was in the book. So it's like this is another thing that brought me back to the whole because you know when the pandemic hit was what 220. I started NFTs 2021. So it got me back into doing the digital con. So it's like all of it come back around full surface is what I'm trying to say. So started a new collection. So I'm like, yo, it will only be right if we finally print up our own cars so we can have a track record of our own shit. You feel me? Because we about to do something crazy with it.
bro. You already doing it, bro. Like the cards you created, the ones you already created. I swear, bro, them hoes is already mad valuable. You know what I'm saying? Like
I appreciate it, man.
that's crazy, bro. Like these are the
Yeah, the physical copy
originals,
gonna be
bro.
crazy.
These are the
Yeah,
originals, bro.
yeah, facts.
Yeah, go ahead, Candy. What's up? What's up?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I did post the Zao cards that Zal was talking about up in the Jumbotron, the group of them there, just so you could peep that.
Yo,
Um,
Hurricane. Sorry, Candy. I don't mean to cut you off, but like on that, I was thinking for the space next week. I've been waiting to officially put your 20 count card for $10 from last year. We officially got antibodies, all 20 minted, and I'm gonna individually do each one. I've transitioned all the original ones to one off. You can buy like the one off for $1,000, and those are like the original ones we put up there that we're just gonna leave up forever. And hopefully we eventually get people to check it out after putting all the work into this. But I was thinking, what if we just did like a mint space with the 20 cards next week, and that's what we make? Like we have a conversation around cards, but it's like we might be able to get some folks in just by saying it's a mint space. You know how people are in this space, right? So I mean, we have everything ready. I have everything like ready to go. That might be a good next Wednesday, Wavy Wednesday day sesh. So we can chop it up a little bit more later. Sorry for cutting you off, Sam.
that's okay. It'll have to be Wednesday after Wednesday, right? Because we got the producer tournament to finish. But either way, I mean, we can do it, whatever. But no, that sounds dope. But what I was gonna say was, oh, imagine cards from like tours, like concerts, like people special cards for your in real life, like concert tours or whatever. That'll be awesome. And then I was gonna say, it'd be cool like if you own the card, if it was like a NFC chipped where you could just like swipe it on your phone and it would start playing the song. It'd be cool if you could do that. Like if you already owned it in your wallet, get Prism in here, hook up some M3 to NFC. That'd be really cool. But yeah, this is sauce. I love it.
Yo, that just took it to the next level.
Yo, that 100% is a good. Yo, Hurricane, we need to reach back out to Tyler McNair. I don't know if you
Who was
remember
that
him.
again?
He's the guy who was creating all those cards. He's creating the whole game. He created those physical cards.
I'm
I
trying to
don't know if
remember,
you.
bro. We saw
He
this on
like
YouTube.
he showed us a physical printed card on the card. It was like a year ago. I'm not gonna lie. But whenever we set up the space, I'll try and bring him in for that combo because he's been working on this for a year and a half, 2 years, but doing the physical like prints because he's building a whole game, right? So he'd be a great person for you, Cannon, to like just use as a case study of
Plug.
someone who's been building this concept in Web3. So yeah, I'll bring him to the space next week.
That's fine.
Bro.
That's fine. That's fine. Hey, y'all want out of body? I want out of body to make me a card bad as hell, bro. Like them shits is crazy, bro. Word up, like force them, bro. Force them to do it. Like,
Not force him. That's crazy. But yo, shout
I force.
That's crazy. But yo, shout out to my G Body, bro. Definitely went tough on the cards, bro. Them still one of my favorite cards to this day. Yeah, we could definitely do that, Zol. We can do that next week. I'm 100% down. And yes, Candy, the battle is the Halloween Wednesday, so the 29th. So next Wednesday, I'm just gonna be in Boston, but we can still have that space. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh,
yeah.
my bad. I'm getting excited.
Nah, I feel you though. I feel you though, cause like the trading card aspect, I think is 100,000% the lane we need to get in. Like, cause like we created a whole new. Cause I feel like now that we got a quote unquote battlefield or arena or whatever for music, like it's only right, bro. Like that we have a trading card aspect to the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? And like that can even have its own life of its own. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, bro, I think it's a great idea. Let's come together. Let's refine that shit. And Kane already got it started because and the Zao cards, like, there's already cards out. You know what I mean? So like, there's definitely stuff we can do with the ones that's already out, or the ones that we are like about to mint next week. That's all just talked about. But like, yeah, bro, I think adding some kind of structure to the thing You know what I mean? Some kind of something, bro. Especially the fact that we can do things digitally, and just like I forgot who was saying it the other day, was it had the concept of like rookie cards and the next year's stats and et cetera, et cetera. Like, and those things can mold. You know what I mean? Over time, at least a digital version, and then they kind of set into a set frame for a physical version. Like you get whatever it is at that point. You know what
Or
I'm saying?
upgrade them with WaveWarZ stats would be dope.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly, yo. Like that sounds. Oh my god, bro, y'all don't know how much of a cook this really is, bro.
Yeah, no, I actually think, Hurricane, the conversation we've been having over the last week about a potential WaveWarZ DAO, if we brought this as a project into that, right? Brought Canon into the DAO to help create it, so we could use DAO treasury funds to help pay for some of the art, or creating the. I really like the rookie and sophomore cards with stats. Like at the end of this year, we should make a card for every winner of WaveWarZ, right? So it's at the end of every year, we do a year-end mint of everyone, their wins and losses on the metadata on the blockchain. And I think there's a lot of cool things we can rock out on the trading card side. You were saying earlier, music as an asset, and I wanted to come back to that. And I really like this concept of the wave currency, right? And thinking of how we will build social capital into actually being real capital, right? It's all hypothetical right now and patronage, but what if when it does turn into real capital, we've been building this whole time and we're already ready. So I'm thinking about, while you create a WaveWarZ battle, creating a mini trading card game that can be played during the 10 minutes, where you have an opportunity to add crypto and add a card to either side. So it's let's say it's Cannon versus Hurricane. You can use any Cannon card you've collected and any Hurricane card you've collected to do some sort of boost where the cards battle each other. The thing I'm really thinking is what if when the tech gets significantly better 2 years from now, we're generating these really multimedia quality cards. So my mind always goes multimedia, and the trading cards is a crazy place for it. And I'll go one last thing I was thinking is, you guys know how passionate festival, we'll go back to Mamba, bro. Mamba, I'd love for you to jump in back on this conversation if you're here. Those festival goers, how crazy people go for merch of oh, I was on there on this date. It has the set list of the artist, and it has all the artists that are there. And I don't know if you guys know, Magic the Gathering cards, the backs of them are all the exact same. So now we make the backs of each style of card for a festival the same, with all the festival logo, like a flyer basically on the back of the card, and on the front of the card is the unique individual that you want to get, and maybe at the bottom right it has a set list. And on the back it has all the other artists that they performed with, right? And eventually getting it to a point where you bring that digital twin into the physical and print physical cards where you bring them like merch and you sell them at the event. If you can sell, you can buy. And like Candy said, they have NFC chips because we want to get multimedia, and you can replay some of the songs. And if we're really smart with it, we'll have it preloaded with songs, but then also post-loaded with behind the scenes of the actual festival, right? I think that's what we've all wanted with NFTs. But if we can bring it all into this trading card medium, we can actually tell people there's a reason to get the collectible, not just for the perks you get, but the actual collectible is fucking dope, right? So yeah, you can.
Oh my god, what is happening here, bro? Yo, Kenneth, bro, go ahead, bro. I don't want to hold you back, man.
Like so I was rugging a lot, but I'm just trying to get a little bit of because as he was saying stuff, ideas was coming to my head. So I don't know if this is what he was trying to say or not. But so all right, so say for instance, if you get the card or whatever, and you having a Wave Wars battle, you could play the card. I don't know. I was thinking some shit you play a certain you know how you playing Uno and you think you about to win, you get a draw for what if the card says skip this motherfucker go or some shit like that, and we posted this shit in the purple in the purple chat or whatever. Like,
Ah,
but you gotta add a card to do it. That'd be crazy. I be
Bro,
thinking of
what
dumb
if
shit.
what if
That'd be
Reverse.
crazy.
the what if the battle was real time difference with WaveWarZ?
damn. You rugged, bro. Fuck.
Yeah, you rugged, but I think that's what I'm thinking he was trying to say.
Right?
Like if the battle's in real
That's
time, right?
exactly what.
What did you say, Zol? Try it one more time.
I was just saying, if we created the trading card game based on real time data of what happens on the blockchain with WaveWarZ battles, let's say player A, B, and C are all on Cannon's side, and they've all played a Cannon card, and we're halfway through the battle, but the person that like bought early on Cannon sells, and Cannon's pool goes to like zero. All the people who've played cards already, maybe it goes back to their hands, or those cards, like go to the graveyard and you have to play more cards on top of it to win that, right? Like basically, like real time, what's happening with Wave Wars affects the outcome of people battling one on one, etc., etc.
Absolute cooks,
Dope.
bro.
That's dope. That's different. That's different.
Especially when we can get the automated wave wars going, like the battles that just kind of happen automatically. So like every 10 minutes, a new battle on wave wars, and folks can just boom get on those immediately. I think that will add to the viability of this trading game because then they could do it at any time. You know what I'm saying? It won't only be dependent on when we're actually running the big battles. Of course, we still gonna have our big battles. That shit's just fun as fuck. But like, I think this automated version as well is definitely going to add to the trading card aspect. But yeah, bro, I'm loving this conversation. I do. Oh dang, did OG Tony leave? I was about to play his song. Fuck. About to say song break. My G left. But I don't know, bro. What the heck, bro? But either way, Candy, what's up, Candy? What's up?
Yeah, just quick thoughts. Cannon, I know that you're crafty. So just an FYI for everybody, you can buy like a roll of NFC chip stickers on Etsy for like $3. So like if you want to like play around, you can like sew them into labels or like do whatever you want with them. Um, and you can, you know, send them to a link or whatever so you can like vibe code stuff and like test it out. um and then also I was gonna say Tricky, when he came for NFT NYC, he had some really cool like big holographic, like I think it was the alien broadcast trading cards, and those are really cool and shiny and awesome looking. So that's another person who might know that. And then whenever you think about music being an asset, it's like I had said before, and I don't know if you've heard me say it, but I'll say it again, is like, writers write a book one time, artists paint a picture one time. Music, they take that and they perform it and they go a cappella and they sing it to your grandma and like they perform it and like remix it and do that one piece of art over and over and over again. And then when you think about now that every post is a creator coin, and then you think about things like universal basic income, like WorldCoin, um, there's absolutely no reason why music isn't a full-on asset. And then also, I think about the NFC chip of that trading card. I feel like that could also like, if we wrote in like, if that the money with the trading card goes back to the artist, and if we write in like some sort of like license if they opt into like battling in like Wave Wars battles, it'd be cool if you own the trading card, so then you could do like the NFC chip swipe and like battle that, against your friend, whatever, like,
Oh,
you know what I mean? And then also, whenever we were thinking about like that whole like strategy coin meta that was going around, it'd be cool if like you curate like you take Cannon's already out NFT, and then he upgrades it to like a battle card, and then it gives like more value to NFTs, that music NFTs that are already out there. Um, Super sauce.
Super sauce is an understatement, yo. You said saucism? That's crazy. Shout out my G's, Cannon, bro. But yeah, yeah, we gonna have this space next week. So definitely, if y'all get ideas during the week, along this trading card aspect, just write them down. Write them down. Write them down. Write them down. And then next week when we have the space, it's looking like it's gonna be next Wednesday. We just come through and we chop it up, bro, and bring all the ideas to the table and see if we can find like a real system behind all of this. Cause like I totally agree, it has to happen, and literally nobody else on this planet is better suited to do this than us. Cause like we in this shit way too deep, bro. For for better or for worse, you know what I mean. So yo, what's up, Louis? Do you say something?
Nah, I didn't say anything. But what? The next space is Wednesday.
Oh my bad. I thought I was talking and my mic was muted. But yeah, we gonna have a dedicated space for the trading cards next Wednesday. So that gives folks about like a few days to like brainstorm, get ideas together, so that when we come together next Wednesday, we can make it like solid plan. You feel me?
But Monday, you guys still going on WaveWarZ on 11
Oh
Monday.
yeah, yeah, of course.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
we still got our daily spaces Monday 11 a.m. EST, uh, and then Tuesday same thing. And then Wednesday we just gonna have a special space. That's it.
Wait, why wait all the way to Wednesday?
I think Zol said we're gonna drop something that day too, and we dropping it on Wavy Wednesday.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Now just
So
saying because maybe we got some ideas on Monday. You never know.
nah, dead ass. We can still talk about it on Monday because at the end of the day, Monday is gonna be
You can
just a
still
regular vibe.
talk about it in the
Yeah,
vibe sesh space. The
exactly.
reason I wanted to do the Wednesday is like Hurricane said, I want to do this 20 card drop because to be honest with you, I'm gonna buy 10 of them. So like, you guys are welcome to try and fight me over the 10 or not. I have lots of ideas of what I want to do and give away in the future. If no one mints any of the other 10, shit, I might just mint all 20 at the end. But I want to give the opportunity for anyone who wants to tap in and grab them because they're going to be $10. Like,
Wait.
these
What are you
are
dropping on Wednesday?
no music. What's up?
What are you dropping on Wednesday?
The Hurricane card from Zowpalooza. You can see a preview of it at zow.cards.
There we go. There we go. Yeah, bro. I'm down. I'm definitely down. And yeah, we can definitely talk about it every day. We like at the end of the day, the vibe session is just we talk about whatever is the most pressing shit. You feel me? So yeah, this is the most pressing shit on Monday. We gonna talk about it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, same thing with Tuesday. But Wednesday we'll do the drop. You know, and that's it, bro. But also yeah, still definitely write your notes, write any ideas, blah blah blah, so that we come together and we do it organized, and we come with the sauce, the heat. You feel me? So yeah, bro, I'm hyped. I'm hyped for all of this. Let's actually move as fast as possible. That's another thing that like we can sit around playing in this stuff forever and forever. Let's just move on something. Let's decide that by a day we just gonna decide on something and move with it, and whatever happens after that, we'll adjust after that. But like, let's definitely like get something moving by like the end of next week. You feel me? Like we should have some kind of trading card, something ready. Feel me? But yeah, that's the goal. Let's fucking get it, y'all. Shout out to y'all, bro. History is continuing to be made, bro. I love y'all, bro. Let's fucking cook, bro. But yeah, definitely stuff cooking up on the back ends, front ends, left ends, right ends. Let's just keep it up, bro. That's it, man. That's it. But yeah, space closing very soon. Last words. Anybody got any last words? I think I might play OD Tony's song just just cause what I'm saying. Sorry that he's not here, but damn. But yeah, we gonna see what's up with it, and I'll play it to close this out. You feel me? Unless somebody got some last words, let me know.
Yeah, real quick,
Three.
bro. I'm about to go back to
What's up?
work, yo. So like when it's time for me like to get
You
back
said
to it,
what?
like before that, like you remember the scene when John Wick he had like buried his weapons and shit in the motherfucking cement in the ground? I'm gonna have to do that when it's time for a motherfucker to say they want to battle me again. Like tell Rocky, hey, I guess you want to tell Rocky and Nessie to come outside.
Oh, you want Rocky? I think
right.
Rocky would battle you.
I said Rocky or Nessie, but I'm just making jokes. Like I'm not. Neither of those battles is gonna happen.
Nah, you don't know, bro. I think Rocky would be down. That's actually a good
Nah,
call.
Rocky wouldn't be down. Rocky is I'm beneath Rocky in his mind.
You guys,
That's
bro.
another
This is why I'm
story, bro.
vegan, bro.
I'm about to go back to work, bro. I'm just leaving y'all
Yo,
with that
I
fucking.
think Herc can make that happen, bro.
Nah,
Yeah,
facts,
right.
bro.
If you can make that happen, I'll make a new Hurricane card that's limited
Alright.
edition.
Say less. Say less, bro. Don't challenge me like this, bro. That's too easy. You know what I'm saying?
And I get it printed up, holographic. What's up?
Let's go, bro. Hey, I bet.
Don't say let's go yet. You can't make that happen.
Now,
I don't really want that, but
watch
if you
me.
do, it's funny.
It's gonna be a music battle. No beef, no rap battle, no dissing each other. Just music, bro. Bring your shit.
Aww.
Yeah. None of that shit, bro. We don't need that. But yo. But I think I could definitely make that happen. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it, bro. Watch me.
A battle I was thinking that I would like to see. I was thinking this the other day when I was listening to your stuff, Rome, was a Rome AI versus a Rome non-AI. I don't know, but like your the stuff like you played in the beginning, like the first time on WaveWarZ, and then like this newer stuff that you were battling, um, with the tech, yeah, with the tech, right? Yeah, that you were doing in the producer tournament. I was thinking like that would be cool because I really enjoyed the dope stilo English versus Spanish. I thought that was cool. Even if it's like a the quicker style like it was in the metaverse, it was awesome. But I wanted to compare your old sound versus new sound, AI sound versus Lego PFP sound, uncanned sound.
Let's go, bro. If Rome is down, you already know, bro. You already know. I don't know if you can even hear, what folks are saying. But let me ask him, yo, you want a you versus you battle? Question mark. Let's see. And I already hit up Rocky, bro. I move quickly. we gonna see what's up, bro. We gonna see what he says. But OG Tony, bro, we about to play your song to end the night. I mean day. Wow, what the heck? We're in the middle of the day. What am I saying? But yo, we about to play the song. This song is Naso. What is it? Oh, Naso. Naso. Yeah, okay. I see. You got the twang on it. I see. But yo, we gonna get it, bro. Naso. Mon G, Tony OG, let's get it.
Tony OG, Crux City, baby. I go crazy on the beat, slays when I speak. Too busy writing on the sheet of paper to start qualifying me as a rapper. I know I told you all I was born to do. Why you now talking stuff that the rappers could up in error? Of course I want dinero. Would love to be paid my $2 won't pretend. I wanna catch my box down styling. That's why I lie back, looking up by the ceiling. Sometimes I'm thinking of what my being would look like. So start that private talk who doesn't wanna be seen in the Lamborghini. Holla if you feel me. I'm always on my Resnick's blue jeans and different color t-shirts. I change the shirts, I confuse the ladies. She don't guess how many just got in my closet. It's my time, 20 tells you how it doesn't hustle. In the street, in KDC, I simply don't trust you. I get my money for giving you what you want from me. It's called baby for service. God, that has a hobby. And don't you be mostly for me, cause I'm a kid, you like a rabbit. That's the one you better not be silly, cause I'm a real OG. To all of my well wishes, so you talk that I was doing not so. It's my fault. Without the public, whether you like it or not, like the time I get on, you gonna super shout with me. Not so, 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 I'm all about that dough, beautiful to you gonna stop me from driving that Ferrari. Then use beneath me till you gon' go 6 feet deep. You gonna be calling me your highness, backing it up your words like rain Kadidi. Had a calorie to battle, girl said. I'm talking to you folks looking on me as a failure. By the time Tony gonna become a billionaire, you gonna have no options but some beggars. Folks pretending to be friends, guess what? You're all good actors. I'm sure you see you gonna act more than being friends. So you can win the armor. Haha, awards and for cowards, fucking pretenders. Your heads push me forward, reminding me to stay focused. I sleep for no cost. Gotta put in work in order to feed your family. Plus, it's the reason that I'm breathing. To all of my well wishes, so the talk that I was doing, not so. It's my phone. Without the more believe me, whether you like it or not. Like the time I get on, you gonna also be shouting. Not so, 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 not Tony OG, it's my new shit.
So. Yeah. I see you, Tony.
Big up, big up,
No
big up.
doubt, bro. Keep cooking it up, bro. Keep cleaning it up, man. I'm glad you finally got some release. It looks like it's your first song that's out. You just dropped it October 15th. So yeah, yo, big shout out. This one's on Audio Mac. I don't know if folks using Audio Mac, Tony Space OG. You know what I'm saying? Where you can find that. But yeah, bro, keep posting, keep cooking, keep honing the craft, bro. Keep working on the mix, bro. Keep that shit, keep going, bro. That's really it, dog. But yeah, you definitely got the hook in there. The hook was fire. The not so hook was fire. You definitely got the flow on you as well. Yeah, bro. Keep honing, bro. Do not quit, bro. That's all I gotta say.
I appreciate that, man. Much love, much love. Now, so means that's what it is. You know, speaking
Yup,
English in
of
Nigeria.
course, of course.
Bless up, man.
What's up, bro? But yeah, man, that's it for the space today. We're gonna be back on Monday around 11 a.m. EST. I'm gonna have to see what Boston life is like. You know, if I can really make it on that time. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I'm gonna let folks know up on the WaveWarZ account where we at. But yeah, appreciate y'all coming through once again, bro. Space closing in the next 10 seconds. Feel free to say whatever you need to say. Space closing in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh man, why does this always happen, bro? I be clicking the button, but it's like it don't be closing. Hold up, let me see if I can do it right here, bro. Yeah, damn, bro, what's going on?